All right, hello, it's me, Uncle Randy at Uncle Randy's Orchard. I'm making this video right here for friends of mine who asked me about my muscadines and when they're going to be ready and all that, and people who like to make wine with them. Anyway, this is two trellises full of plants. I have 6 trellises, probably right close to 50 plants. Right here is a sugar gate, which is a very sweet, delicious muscadine, good fresh fruit muscadine. As you can see, it's chock full of muscadines. Some of them are starting to turn purple. We're probably about a month away from harvest. They're going to get quite a bit bigger. This plant right here is Black Beauty, absolutely one of my favorites. It's full of muscadine too, as you can see. They get big. They're very good to eat fresh fruit style because you can eat the skin and everything, and a lot of them you can eat the skin, but the skin is actually really good on this, whereas some of the others, the skin isn't as good as the pulp inside. But the Black Beauty, the pulp and the skin are both delicious. And right here I have a Carlos plant. These things just get an incredible amount of muscadines on them. They just get chock full of muscadines. And this is a pollinator plant. I actually use this plant to pollinate the other plants. It's a self-pollinator. Look at this, just chock full of muscadine. And it's one of my favorite wine-making muscadine. It makes a really pretty white wine. Kind of nutty tasting, delicious. And let's see, right here, this is another sugar gate plant. As you can see, just full of muscadine. Matter of fact, I'm going to probably pick this one right here and eat it. These things are delicious. I'm going to stick this in my mouth and eat it right now. A little bit green, yep, but they're getting there. By the way, the sugar gate produces a little earlier than most plants. This right here, I'm kind of forgetting what is this plant called? I have these little tags on them somewhere. Yes, this is a fry, yeah, fry. This is one of the earlier plants I planted. It's a white muscadine that makes a good white wine. The only unfortunate thing about these plants is they're not as resistant to the heat as all the rest of them, and they tend to rot real quick once they ripen because of the heat. But they still are delicious and really produce well. Okay, this is another one of my favorites. This is called Pam. These things get tremendous. It's probably my biggest muscadine, and they make either a white or green, whatever you want to call it. When they ripen, they turn this golden color. They almost have like a background tangerine taste, very slight. I mean, obviously the muscadine taste is the strongest part of it, but it's sweet, it's big, it's plump, it's delicious. Again, you can eat the skin on it. The skin's really good on it too. This one right here is an Ison, one of the best wine-making plants out of all, and it's also a pollinator, self-pollinating, and it pollinates the other plants. Just full of muscadines. These things are big producers. And it's really for a pollinator, it's a fair-sized muscadine. Generally, pollinators are a smaller muscadine, the ones you generally use for making wine. But that one's good for fresh fruit or wine. It's actually a fair-sized muscadine. This right here is another sugar gate. Got quite a few sugar gates, and man, they're producing. This plant took a while to start producing. The others produced in about 3 years. This one took more like 5 years to really start producing good, but boy, they kick butt now. All right, this is another fry, and this is a little bit younger plant because one of them died there. It's another Black Beauty. Another Carlos here, man, I tell you, this is one mean bush. just full of muscadines. I mean, these things are incredible with the amount they produce and how delicious the fruit it is. It's not very good for fresh fruit eating because it's very small, and the skin on it is tough, tough, tough. Definitely can't eat the skin on this one, but the wine is superb. Another black beauty here, and look at this black beauty. Just look at, just full of muscadines. It's just amazing. I have a bumper crop this year. They're beautiful, just chock full of muscadine. It's amazing. I'm expecting a huge crop this year, and I'm gonna have to get on the stick with selling them, because once they start ripening, it's go for it time. Okay, and real briefly, I want to show you my original trellises I built in my yard. These trellises here are kind of across the road on my property, but these are actually in my yard here. And I started this orchard first. And a lot of the plants, I don't know what they are, because I just got them from friends and different people when they knew I was interested in starting to plant muscadine. As a matter of fact, I call this one Muscadine X here because I have no idea what it is. But as you can see, it's a very, very a good producing plant, and it also makes an excellent wine. It's a pollinator also. This right here, this is the original plant I ever got. It's called a noble. It's a pollinator, and I got a black beauty with it, but the black beauty got stripped out by the people moving my house out when we built our house. So I don't have that original, but this is the very original plant I got. Bought 2 plants, and anyway, this is kind of a this little trellis here is kind of homespun, whereas these over here are really made more in line with commercial trellises that can actually be harvested with a harvester. I don't know if I'll ever get that big. Not sure I want to get that big, but I'm pretty sure in about 2-3 years from now I'm going to be quite a bit bigger, and maybe getting a harvester would be a good investment. Anyway, as you can see, a lot of rain. We had a lot of rain the last 2 or 3 days. The ditch is just filled with water still, and usually the water is out of these ditches within hours after rain, but boy, our ground is saturated right now. My pool is overflowing. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Oh, by the way, this is a little experiment I have going here. These are blackberries, and there's 4 varieties in there, and they're thornless blackberries, and I'm seeing which variety is going to grow the best here in Louisiana before I commit. But once I know, I'm going to plant a lot of those too. I'm going to kind of go commercial with my blackberries too. I'm going to try to sell them commercially. Over down here, you can't see it from here, but I have another domestic blackberry that's a thorn blackberry, and they are absolutely tremendous and very delicious. So I'm kind of getting into the blackberries now too. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video now, but keep posted, because I'm going to post maybe a couple more videos as they ripen, and especially when I start to harvest, I'm going to make a video showing the harvesting process and how we package them. I appreciate you checking this video out, and I'll see you soon.